Good afternoon, dear children. Let us continue the lesson motion in a plane. Okay. Last class we have discussed about the expressions for position vector, then displacement vector, then velocity and acceleration in terms of its rectangular components. Okay. All of you learned that thing? Okay. Then today's class we are going to discuss about the projectile motion. Okay. Actually, this is very important topic in this lesson. Okay, listen carefully about the projectile motion. The first, you can see what is a projectile. Okay, what is a projectile? Okay, actually, projectile is the name given to any object or body which once thrown in space or air or atmosphere. Okay, with some initial velocity and moves thereafter under the influence of gravitational force alone without being propelled by any engine or fuel. Okay, that is actually a projectile. I'll tell the examples for projectile. A javelin thrown by an athlete. Actually, it is an example for projectile. And also a bullet fired from a rifle. That is another example for projectile. Then an object dropped from an aeroplane. Okay. Also a jet of water that coming out from the hull of a vessel, side hull of a vessel. All these things are actually projectile and their motions are actually projectile motion. Okay. So we can define a projectile as, actually it is the name given to any body or object that once thrown in space or air or atmosphere with some initial velocity. Okay, when we give some initial velocity, then only any object can move. So here also actually projectile, when we projected or thrown with some initial velocity. Okay. And after that, it moves only under the influence of gravitational force. Okay, it moves, first it moves with some initial velocity, and after that, its motion is under the influence of gravitational force alone, and it is not being propelled by any engine or fuel. Okay, actually it is cleared from the examples that I have told. Okay. We are not using any fuel or engine for its propulsion. Okay, and that is actually the projectile, and the motion that covered or followed by the projectile. Actually, that is the projectile motion. The motion of projectile, that is called what? Projectile motion. Okay, and also the path followed by the projectile, that is called its trajectory. Okay, the path followed by the projectile during its projectile motion, that is called the trajectory. Okay, what is meant by trajectory? The path followed by the projectile. Okay, the path followed by the projectile, that is called actually its trajectory. Okay, let's see the projectile motion in detail. Okay, here suppose an object that is projected with some initial velocity u. Okay, suppose if an object or a body that is projected with some initial velocity u by making an angle theta with the horizontal. Okay, here the initial velocity that makes an angle theta with the horizontal direction. Okay, so it is clear that we can resolve this initial velocity u into two components. You know how to resolve, that you already know. Okay, here we can resolve the initial velocity u as two components. One is the horizontal component and another is the vertical component. You know what is the horizontal component? Actually it is u cos theta. U cos theta is the horizontal component and u sin theta is the vertical component. Okay, here a body or an object is projected with some initial velocity u by making an angle theta with the horizontal. So we can resolve this initial velocity u as two components. One is the horizontal component u cos theta and another is the vertical component u sin theta. Listen to it. Here we are assuming that the horizontal component u cos theta that remains constant throughout its trajectory or throughout its motion. Okay. Here we are assuming that the horizontal component u cos theta that remains constant throughout its trajectory. Okay. And also the vertical component u sin theta that changes with the time under the influence of gravitational force. Okay, here we are made two assumptions. First is the horizontal component u cos theta that remains constant throughout its trajectory. And also the vertical component u sin theta that changes with the time under the influence of this gravitational force. Okay, so in vertical directions only the effect of gravity will come. Okay, so the u cos theta that changes with the time under the influence of this gravitational force. Okay, so under the combined effect of this horizontal and the vertical component or u cos theta and u sin theta, the body or the projectile will take a parabolic path OAB. Okay, under the combined effect of u cos theta and u sin theta, and here the object or the body or the projectile follows a parabolic path OAB that represents the parabola OAB. Okay, under the combined effect of u cos theta and u sin theta, this body takes a parabolic path. So we can say the trajectory or the path followed by the projectile is a parabola. Okay, suppose if an object is projected or object is thrown by making some angle theta with the horizontal, then the path or the trajectory or the path followed by the projectile is a parabola. Listen to it. And here in projectile motion, we have to find the equation of trajectory of the object, and also the time of flight, then the maximum height and also the horizontal range. All these things we have to derive from using this diagram. Okay, first we have to find the equation of trajectory of the object. Next we have to find the time of flight. Okay, that you will see later. Okay, time of flight, then the equation of maximum height attained by the projectile and also the horizontal range. Okay, let's see one by one. Let's see, we can find the equation of trajectory. Okay, equation of trajectory. Here we are assuming that suppose if the object that reaches the point Pxy after a time t. Okay, after a time t, the body or the projectile reaches the point P, Pxy. Okay, after time t. Okay, then what is the horizontal distance we can find? The horizontal distance travelled by this object. The horizontal distance travelled by this object, that is x. Horizontal distance travelled by the object is equal to horizontal velocity into time. Okay, horizontal velocity into time. Actually, the horizontal velocity is actually u cos theta into time is t. Okay, so when the object is reached the point Pxy after a time t, here we have to find the horizontal distance and the vertical distance covered by the object. First we can see the horizontal distance covered by the object, that is written as x. So x equal to horizontal velocity is actually u cos theta, so u cos theta into t. From this from this we can write t as, what is t actually? X divided by u cos theta, that represents the equation for time t. T is equal to x divided by u cos theta. Okay, x divided by u cos theta. And here for vertical motion, next we can consider the vertical motion. Vertical motion, u is actually what? U is actually u sin theta. For vertical motion, u is u can be the vertical. What is the velocity in the vertical direction? Actually, it is u sin theta, and the acceleration a is equal to actually minus g. Okay, actually it is throwing upward. So the acceleration is equal to minus g. Okay, so the vertical distance covered by this object or the traveled by this object can be found out by using the equation. You are familiar with the equation s equal to ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Then instead of s we can write y. Y is equal to what is u actually u sin theta into t. Instead of t we can write x divided by u cos theta. Okay, plus half into a is actually minus g, then t square, x square divided by u square cos square theta. So this can be written as, okay, u square cos square theta here. Then u sin theta into x divided by u cos theta. U cancel. So x into sin theta by cos theta, actually it is tan theta, minus half g into x square divided by u square cos square theta. X square divided by u square cos square theta. And this thing can be written as p of tan theta minus q of x square. Sorry, here it is p of x minus q of x square, where p and q are actually constants. That is, instead of tan theta we wrote it as p. Then instead of g by 2 u square cos square theta, that thing can be written as q. So q into x square. So we got y is equal to px minus qx square. Okay, here p and q are actually constants. P and q are actually constants. So here y is a quadratic function of x. Okay, here y is a quadratic function of x. So we can say actually it is the equation for parabola. So we can say so we proved that actually the trajectory of a projectile is actually a parabola. Here we actually proved that the trajectory of this projectile is a parabola, or the path followed by the projectile is a parabola. Okay, actually this represents the equation of trajectory. That is y equal to px minus qx square. That represents the equation of trajectory. Okay, here we are assuming that after it, when this projectile or the body is projected with some initial velocity u, then after time t it reached the point P. Okay, next here we have to find the horizontal distance covered by the body and also the vertical distance covered by the object. And in order to here the horizontal distance that is taken as x, that is equal to horizontal velocity into time. Here the horizontal velocity is u cos theta. So u cos theta into time t. From this time t can be written as x by u cos theta. Okay, t is equal to x by u cos theta. Okay, next we are considering the vertical distance travelled by the object. Okay, and here instead of the vertical velocity we have to take u sin theta. U sin theta, that represents the vertical velocity, and the acceleration a is taken as minus of g. And in order to find the vertical distance covered by the object, we have to consider the relation s equal to ut plus half at square. And s is actually the vertical distance y. So y is equal to, u is actually u sin theta into, instead of t we have to write x cos theta. Instead of t we have to write x cos theta, plus half into, instead of a minus g, then t square is x square by u square cos square theta. Okay, then which is equal to u cancel, and x into sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So x tan theta minus half g x square by u square cos square theta, and this equation can be written as y equal to p of x minus q x square, px minus q x square, where p and q are actually constants, where p and q are constants. Actually here the y is a quadratic function of x, y is a quadratic function of x. Okay, so we can say actually this equation represents the equation of trajectory, and also we proved that actually this is the equation of parabola. Okay, so we can say the path followed by the projectile or the trajectory of the projectile is a parabola. Here we proved that the trajectory of the projectile is a parabola. Okay, that is about the equation of trajectory. The next we are going to derive the expression for time of flight. Okay, the expression for time of flight, TF. Expression for time of flight, TF. Okay, then what do you mean by actually time of flight? Time of flight. Actually it is the time taken by the projectile. Time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal level. It is the time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal level as the point of projection. Actually from this is the point of projection. Okay, from here the projectile or the body is projected. Okay, and after completing its motion it reached here at B. Okay, so it reached the same level as that of the point of projection. Okay, for completing this trajectory, how much time that projectile is taken? That time is actually the time of flight. Okay, actually it is the time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal level as the point of projection. It is the time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal level as the point of projection. Listen to it. Next we have to find an expression for time of flight. Here the initial velocity of the projectile is actually uy, that is equal to, what is the initial vertical velocity? Initial vertical velocity is actually u sin theta. Uy equal to u sin theta. Then what about when the projectile is reached here? What is the vertical displacement actually? The vertical displacement is 0. Okay, the vertical displacement. Okay, the vertical displacement is actually 0. Okay, the vertical displacement is 0. Then acceleration A is equal to minus g. The acceleration A is equal to minus g, and the time that can be written as TF, that is time of flight. Okay, here the initial vertical velocity, uy equal to u sin theta, and the vertical displacement is equal to 0. Then acceleration is equal to minus g, and t can be written as TF. Then as you know, the equation is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, is equal to ut plus half at square. Then s instead of s we can write 0. 0 is equal to u is actually u sin theta into t is actually TF, that is minus, because a is minus g, so minus half g TF square. Okay, this can be written as u sin theta into TF, that is equal to half g TF square. Okay, from this we can write TF as, what is TF actually? 2u sin theta by g. Okay, 2u sin theta by g. Actually this is the expression for time of flight. Okay, here TF square, here it is TF, on TF is cancelled, and the TF is equal to cross multiplying here 2u sin theta by g. This is the expression for time of flight. Okay, then what is time of flight actually? It is the time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal level as the point of projection. And next we have to find an expression for time of flight. And here the initial vertical velocity uy equal to u sin theta, and the vertical displacement is equal to 0. Then a is actually minus g, and t can be written as TF, the time of flight. Okay, as you know the relation is equal to ut plus half at square. Here the displacement is 0. So 0 equal to, instead of u, actually it is u sin theta. Then t, actually it is tf. Then minus, because a is minus g. So minus half g tf square. Then this can be written as u sin theta into tf is equal to half g tf square. From this, the time of flight tf is equal to 2u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g. That is the expression for time of flight. Next, we can find an expression for maximum height. We can find an expression for maximum height, and it is denoted as capital H. Okay. Then actually, what is the maximum height? Okay. Actually, it is the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile above the horizontal plane of projection. Okay. Actually, this much height, that represents the maximum height H. Okay. That is the during its projectile motion or trajectory, what is the maximum height attained by this body? Okay, that is the what is the maximum vertical distance attained? That is actually called the maximum height. This much distance, that is the maximum height. It is the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile above the horizontal plane of projection. Okay, it is the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile above the horizontal plane of projection. Okay, that is the maximum height, and it is denoted as capital H. Okay, next we have to find an expression for maximum height. Okay, at the highest point A, at the highest height A, actually the velocity has only the horizontal component. The vertical component of velocity is 0. Vertical component is 0 at the highest point. The vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. That is, at the highest point A, it has only the horizontal component, that is Vx equal to u cos theta. Okay, but its vertical component is actually 0. At the highest point A, the vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. Then the initial component uy, that is equal to u sin theta. The initial component, the initial vertical component uy equal to u cos theta, and a is equal to minus g. That we already know. A is equal to minus g. Okay, and the final velocity Vy, that is equal to 0. That is, at the highest point A, the final velocity becomes 0. Okay, and the vertical displacement S is actually taken as h. The vertical displacement S is taken as h. Okay, then we have the relation b square equal to u square plus 2as. We have the relation b square equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, and substituting here b as 0 is equal to, what is u square? Instead of u square, we can write u square sin square theta minus 2g h. That since a is actually minus g, this can be written as u square sin square theta is equal to 2g h, and from this h is equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. U square sin square theta divided by 2g. Actually, this is the expression for maximum height. Okay, this is the expression for maximum height. Actually, maximum height is the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile above the horizontal plane of projection. Okay, and here at the highest point A, the vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. And the initial vertical component of velocity uy equal to u sin theta, and acceleration a equal to minus g, and vy final velocity equal to 0, and the s can be written as h, the maximum vertical displacement or distance. You know the relation b square equal to u square plus 2as. Here the final velocity equal to 0. So 0 equal to, instead of u, we can write u square sin square theta. Here minus 2g h. H we have to find the maximum height. So u square sin square theta equal to 2g h, and from that h is equal to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. U square sin square theta divided by 2g. That is the expression for maximum height. Next about the horizontal range R. Next about the horizontal range R. Then what is actually the horizontal range? Okay, that is actually it is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile during its time of flight. Okay, that is during its time of flight. What is the maximum? What is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile? That is actually the horizontal range. Actually, the OB that represents the horizontal range OR. Okay, actually during the time of flight, the projectile follows the horizontal distance OB. That is actually called the horizontal range R. Okay, it is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile during its trajectory, during its time of flight. Okay, it is the maximum, or it is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile during its time of flight. Okay, what is horizontal range? It is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile during its time of flight. Okay, and this much OB represents the horizontal range. Next, we have to find an expression for horizontal range. Okay, horizontal range R is equal to horizontal velocity into, distance equal to speed in velocity into time. Okay, so time of flight. Horizontal range is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Okay, horizontal range equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Actually, horizontal velocity is u sin theta. Horizontal velocity is u sin theta. Then what is the expression for time of flight? We already derived. What is the expression for time of flight? Actually, it is 2u sin theta by g. Okay, 2u sin theta by g. That is expression for time of flight. This can be written as u square sin, u square into 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. Okay, u square, actually u square 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. What is 2 sin theta cos theta? How we can write 2 sin theta cos theta? 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta. So u square sin 2 theta by g. That is the expression for horizontal range. U square sin 2 theta by g. U square sin 2 theta by g is the expression for horizontal range. Okay, what is horizontal range? It is the horizontal distance travelled by the projectile during its time of flight. Okay, horizontal range equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Actually, the horizontal velocity is u cos theta. The horizontal velocity is actually u cos theta. Okay, the horizontal velocity, u cos theta into, the equation for time of flight, 2u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g, that represents the time of flight. So, multiplying this, we can write u square 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. That is u square 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta. So, R equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Okay, here the horizontal range R equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Okay, then what is horizontal velocity here? U cos theta. U cos theta. Horizontal velocity is u cos theta. U cos theta into time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Okay, time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Here u into u square, then 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. Then instead of 2 sin theta cos theta, we can written as sin 2 theta. So R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Okay, this is the expression for horizontal range. Okay, the expression for horizontal range. Okay, that is R equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. That is the expression for horizontal range. Next, we have to find the maximum horizontal range. The maximum horizontal range. At what angle the horizontal range is maximum. That thing we have to find. Okay, actually R will be maximum. R will be maximum when sin 2 theta is equal to 1. Okay, is it clear? R will be maximum. Actually here the angle is actually only the varying thing. Okay, that will vary. At different angles we can project the projectile or project any object at different angles. So here when the R will be maximum when sin 2 theta is equal to 1. Sin 2 theta is equal to 1. Actually that is equal to, you know, sin 90. Okay, you know the value of sin 90, that is 1. So this one can be written as equal to sin 90. Okay, R will be maximum when sin theta is equal to 1. That is actually the value of what? Sin 90. Okay, or this thing can be written as 2 theta instead of 2 theta. Here it is 90. So 2 theta is equal to 90 and here theta equal to 45 degree. Theta equal to 45 degree. Thus the horizontal range is maximum when it is projected at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. Okay, when we project an object at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal, then the horizontal range will be the maximum. Okay, actually this is the expression for what is the how we can write an expression for this maximum horizontal range. That is R is equal to, when sin theta is 1, sin 2 theta equal to 1, then it is actually u square by g. This is the expression for R max equal to u square by g. This is expression for maximum horizontal range. Listen it. And here we have the expression for horizontal range R equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Next we have to find what is the maximum horizontal range. Okay, here R will be maximum. R will be maximum when sin 2 theta is equal to 1, and which is equal to what? Sin 90. Okay, so we can write 2 theta. It is clear that actually 2 theta equal to 90. From this theta equal to 45 degree. Okay, thus the horizontal range of a projectile is maximum when it is projected at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. That time we got the expression for horizontal range as R max equal to u square by g. Okay. Okay, that is about the projectile motion. Okay, so we have actually derived the equation of trajectory of the projectile, and also we have derived the expressions for time of flight, then maximum height, then horizontal range and maximum range. So we have the four relations: the time of flight Tf is equal to 2u sin theta by g, then the maximum height h is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, and also the horizontal range as u square sin 2 theta by g, and the maximum horizontal range as u square by g. Okay, okay children, study well. That is the end of today's class. Thank you children.